Commence primary ignition.
Never find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Hi, my name is Omid Tahi. I play Dr. Pershing in The Mandalorian, and you are watching the Virtual Cantina Network.
Yay.
Hello,
Howdy,
hello,
howdy.
everybody. Welcome to another week of the Virtual Cantina Watch Along. We're very, very excited about this episode, especially because I've been trying to get this guest on our show for probably 2 years now. But I'm ecstatic that we can finally able to get her on. Joining us in the hot seat tonight is hair designer extraordinaire Maria Sandoval. Maria, how are you?
I'm great, thanks, guys. Sorry it's taken me so long. I've been playing hard to get.
No worries.
No,
Worth the wait.
It's not like you worked on the #1 movie in America, or anything.
Well, yeah, I mean, I did do that. I don't know if you saw that there's no humans in it, but I did a really great job.
Well, it was a great job. When spoiler alert, when Pedro takes his helmet off. There you go.
Pedro has a personal hairstylist.
Oh. Well then.
And so did Sigourney Weaver.
Oh, wacky.
There were 2 human beings in that movie, and they both had personal hairstylists.
Oh, okay then.
How much hair does Rada have? That's what I.
Yeah, there you go. Sitting there like combing Grogu's 4 hairs.
Yeah, you had it underneath Filoni's hat. You did the sides. There, gotcha. We're very, very excited to have you on. And if you have any questions for Maria, Dave, how would one ask a question?
Asking the questions in whatever media that you are on. Just typey.
Nice hat there, Dave, by the way.
Isn't it, though? It's a work in progress.
Very appropriate.
That's the wear your regular everyday hat on camera. It's like no one will notice. It's fine.
Right.
But yeah, just whatever media you're in, if you're watching on Facebook or Twitch or in wherever it is that you are, just go ahead and put in the comments. We'll come up over here, and many of them as many of them as we can will make their way up onto the screen for you.
Now, I'm very excited about this particular episode in general because I know it's one of Maria's all-time favorites as well because of her buddy and the hair that she got to work on it. But this episode, as a fan, blew our freaking minds.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, well, that's why working on it was so great. I mean, there were days when it was just like, what am I doing here? I actually got a massive head wound working on this episode.
No.
I was coming around the corner and walked straight into does anybody know what a scissor lift is?
Yeah.
Walked into the corner of a scissor lift, cut my head open right here. I still have a scar. Gushing blood. It was during COVID, so I had to go to the emergency room and get a bunch of stitches and everything. And all I could do was, text my team and just be like, make sure that when Hayden's wig comes off, this, and the other, and they, and then everybody's calling me, are you going to be here tomorrow? Because it was like, I couldn't not be there for that, but it was a pretty big scare because I don't know if you ever had a head wound, but it's
Oh yeah, they just bleed like nobody's business, even
it's
if
a lot
it's
of blood.
minor. So if it's bigger than minor, then yee.
You're on your deathbed and the boss calls. So you coming to work tomorrow?
Pretty much. I think if it had been anybody else, I wouldn't have. I mean, I think they even put me up in a hotel room like right next to the studio just to make sure I didn't have to drive or anything. And they were like, "You're going to be here, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, don't worry."
I remember right after the episode, and we were talking about it. I'm like, "Wow, we were so excited that Hayden had the Matt Lanter look," and you're like, "No, Matt has the Hayden look," and I'm like, "Oh, yeah. Okay, that works." I appreciate that.
Definitely.
Well, no, for a long time I'd gotten such a kick out of like that thought process of what his hair would look like, in between the Padawan, shullet and the, evil mullet, and what it would look like, and obviously they did it in animation, but no one had ever done it in live action, so.
Well, no, it's absolutely awesome. But let's bring it back to the beginning. I know you have a very interesting origin story of how you got involved in the Filoniverse. Why don't you tell that story?
I have just been a fan forever since 1977 when I saw the movie, first movie 14 times when I was 6 years old and walked to the theater. One summer, and it's always just been a real sort of a binding force in my no pun intended, in my family with my sister and my father who has passed. But I had been in New Orleans, and I was working on a movie called The Dirt, which was about Motley Crue.
Nice, yes.
And while I was there, I got this tattoo of Princess Leia, sort of as the Virgin Guadalupe, kind of. It's a sort of a hybrid tattoo. And I was back in LA, and I'm showing it to my friend, and she's like, "Oh God, that's so funny." She's like, "You really should go work on this project with my boyfriend." And I was like, "What do you mean project with your boyfriend?" She said, "Well, my boyfriend's about to do a live action Star Wars project." And I was like, "Yeah, it's probably in London or whatever." She's like, "No, it's here in town." And I was like, "Say less. What's going on?" And I knew her boyfriend. I'd worked with him. His name is Brian Sipe. He's a fantastic special effects makeup artist. He used to work with Legacy Effects a lot. And I'd worked with him on one of the Avengers movies. We called it the Big Green Day. It was the day when it was like Gamora's people got all taken over by what's his name with the
Thanos?
Yeah, that guy. Anyway, so
Josh Brolin. Gotcha.
Yeah. I'd worked with Brian before. Anyway, long story short, I called up Brian immediately. I was like, "Listen, dude, I want in on this thing. Let's meet up." We met up for coffee. He's kind of talking it over, everything. We're talking over, what I've done, my resume, this, that, and the other, what the project is. And I finally just looked at him and I said, "Dude, you can probably find." Now, I hadn't worked full time. I had a kid, so I was like kind of taking time off of like department heading, and I was just hadn't done anything big in 7 years. And I said, "You can find 20, 30 people in this town with bigger resumes than me, no problem." I was like, "But you're not going to find a single person in this town that knows the subject matter like I do. Like, you need Star Wars. I know Star Wars. Like, it's done. I mean, you're just not going to find a more qualified person." And he was like, "Okay, cool." So he hired me, and the first day he brought me in to meet John and Dave. Dave kind of took one look at me and was like, "Oh yeah, you're one of us, aren't you?" He kind of clocked me. So I was kind of in ever since then.
That's the biggest, funnest thing that we have. The more people we talk to that are involved in this series of shows, it's so much fan run.
Oh, totally.
It's everybody working there is a fan. It's not like other productions where it's like pay check.
Yeah,
like everybody loves what they're doing, and that I think really shows.
Yeah, the end of season 1, I actually put together. I went around to every department and said, anybody that wants to write a little story, essentially, to John, like a thank you, but basically tell your Star Wars story, tell why you're here, what you grew up with and everything. Let me know. And we put together a book of with pictures and everything and all sorts of stuff. And we put together this sort of handmade looking book that we gave to John as a wrap gift on season 1. And it was basically just like everybody's love letter to him saying, thank you for this. This is how this means more to me than just a job. And yeah, it was really pretty cool. And then, the fact that we were able to keep pretty much the whole crew together for the last, until November 2024, the last 6-7 years, even through COVID, and we had the same people working on all those shows. It was really a joy.
Well, it's
Yeah,
definitely
it's
a
great
joy
having that
for all of us.
core group together is really cool.
Yeah.
That was a thing for such a long time.
Well, it was awesome. With between having up until obviously, God rest her soul, having like you and Shauna working like all the way through up to towards the movie era. It was just it's nice to see continuity. Really, I mean, yeah, some other movies or shows might have people swapping in and out, but there's something special about having the core group together for such a long time.
Well, it became sort of a shorthand. I mean, Dave had never done live action before, and so he's coming into this, and he's got this crew that like is all enmeshed in it and knows exactly what they're doing. And he was very lucky because his first shot out, he had these people that he could say to me, "Just give me Star Wars hair," and I'd give him Star Wars hair.
Right.
And so for his 6 years of basically learning how to do live action, he had this incredible group of people that were, everybody knew his shorthand and he knew everybody else's shorthand. So I'm really interested to see, how that translates to this brand new crew that they've got on season 2 in London.
So what was more intricate to work on, the Fennec Shan hair or Mercedes hair at the premiere?
Probably Fennec, because it had to look the same every single time.
Right.
Mercedes at the premiere was fun. She just sort of sent me a couple of inspiration pictures and was like, do something in this vein. And I knew I could just go crazy. So I had, like 3 days to pull it together, and it was a blast.
Funny story about her is that I've actually known her since she was 16 years old when she started wrestling here in New England. And the company I was helping promoted her first match. So I was actually at her first match ever. I am also very close friends with her ex as well. So it's to see her progression as well has been absolutely phenomenal. Seeing her from this little girl that I knew from Western Massachusetts to, playing Casca Reeves is pretty amazing.
Yeah, no, it is really incredible. And to know her and to know that she is nothing like any of the quote unquote characters she plays when she is just mind blowing.
No. So we've gone through a lot in your Star Wars career. I mean, what was the translation or the transition like to go from the Disney Plus era to bringing that medium to like a feature film?
It really wasn't any different. I mean, the fact that it was literally all the same crew except for costumes, obviously. I mean, to us, it was just another 7 months of making the show, just kind of like we always did. We had more time to do things, and we didn't have to juggle episodes and juggle scripts and that kind of thing. And everything was on a much grander scale. But it didn't really feel that much different at the time, except there was a lot less people. And there's a lot of days where we just sort of sat around and watched puppets on sticks.
Speaking of puppets on sticks, what was your first impression when you saw the child?
Well, I think
season 1.
First impression is, oh, he's so cute. I saw him originally, I think, I don't even know if I'd signed on to the project officially yet. I was out at Legacy having a meeting with them about it, and they kind of showed me like the mock-up. And I had no context as to what this was because I didn't know what the show was about. I mean, I knew nothing going into it except that it was Star Wars. That's literally all I knew, and that there was a Mandalorian involved. But that could mean anything. Right. And it was just like, oh, this is cute. What's this for? And they're like, oh, he's in the show. I didn't know he was the show. I just thought he was like this little. I was like, oh, that's cool. Great. All right. Yay. But keeping it a secret for that whole first year was real. I mean, just keeping all of that quiet was, almost harder than hiding Luke Skywalker. It's just like nobody knew anything about him, knowing his name before anybody knew his name. all that stuff, and knowing that it was going to be such a big marketing thing and such a huge toy haul for everybody.
Merchandising.
Yeah.
Merchandising that's
Yeah.
the important part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We call he's the little green cash cow. So.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
The fact that so many people were able to keep it under wraps, though,
Yeah, no, that
was a great
huge.
testament to
That was huge.
everybody
But we
who worked on it.
We kept so much under wraps that first season. We didn't know. We knew we couldn't talk about anything, so it was like nothing was not under wraps. You couldn't say who the guest stars were. You couldn't say what the plots were. You couldn't say, and we were all still kind of learning as we went along too what this was about. I think the most surreal thing about season 1 was cutting Werner Herzog's hair. I mean, that's the most weirdest experience. It's like the strangest 30 minutes of my entire life.
I would like a buzz cut.
Yes. Peel off the sides, please.
Oh man! But it also was. So let's talking about like the big quiet besides the Grogu. I mean, you got to cut hair and work with the guy who was our hero since 1977, Mr. Mark Hamill. I mean, what was it like trying to get him back to Return of the Jedi Luke Prime like hair?
Well, we didn't use his. They didn't use any of his likeness at all. He was mirrored with. I don't know how much I can say about this, but he was mirrored with Max in season 2, and then later on with someone else when we did Boba Fett. So he didn't really. I mean, he could have come in with a full beard, and it wouldn't really have mattered. I mean, it would have mattered because they couldn't have mapped his face as well. But I think I did do his hair the first time he came in, and then when he came back for Boba Fett, I think he had one of his daughters with him doing his grooming. But yeah, that was very surreal too, because not kind of knowing like why he was there, what was going on. I mean, you read the scripts, but you don't know where anything's going.
Right.
You read 7 or 8 scripts and you're like, okay, cool. And then you just have, you don't know what John and Dave know about what's going to happen next or who's going to, so it was just kind of like, okay, why is he here? Okay, great.
He's Paul Kuhn.
Yeah. Well, they did that.
Misdirect.
They actually did that to almost everybody. His when we shot with him, it was a separate unit, and it was very, very hush hush, and very few people were even there. I mean, they were shooting that same day. They were shooting live action stuff out in the desert with Fennec Shand and Boba Fett, and we all kind of went back to a location to do the Mark stuff, and they didn't tell anybody what we were doing back there, so that was very surreal. Not as, I don't know if that was as surreal as working with Hayden was. I think because with Hayden it was more one-on-one.
So you had to get Hayden Christensen back to Revenge of the Sith and to Clone Wars Anakin. What kind of challenges were involved with that?
Well, a lot actually. First of all, there's kind of a really big misconception about Hayden's hair, that he has dark brown hair, which he doesn't, and he never did. The way that those films were shot, the colors of everything looked completely different. It's like when you watch Return of the Jedi and you see how dark it looks like Luke Skywalker's hair was, and it really wasn't dark either. And everybody that cosplays Anakin, everybody that has this perception that he has this really dark brown hair, and he doesn't. And I think they had even done his hair on the darker side in a flashback in Obi-Wan, and he wasn't, he was okay with it because he was hooded and everything, but he really wasn't happy with the fact that no one has, gotten the color right. So that was really important to him. And it was great because he knew he's very meticulous. He's very particular. He knows this character inside and out, and he knew, like, I mean, he could literally say, "I need more hair right here. I need more hair right here," when we were, building the shape, and I was lucky because it's a lot of pressure to try to mimic something 20 years later, on someone who's 20 years older, and have it, and also, you've got, it's almost, it was just as important to have him feel comfortable in it as it was to know that the fans were going to feel comfortable with it, because I certainly didn't want to get it wrong.
Oh, yeah. He had to have perfect mullet memory. Was Hayden's appearance, was it more secret? Did it make this shooting this more secretive than normal episodes, or just everything so secret all the time? It was.
I don't think so. I don't think it was any more or less. I think at that point, especially, this was, by the time we got into Ahsoka, we'd all been doing this for 5 years, and we all knew that you just don't.
No one talks about Star Wars.
Yeah. No. The first rule of Star Wars. First rule of Star Wars is no one talks about Star Wars.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah. So it was just like every morning I'd have to get in the car and go, I'm gonna go work on Anakin today. It's just like.
No, that's awesome. And I just want to say a quick hello to our good friend Max Rebo. Mackenzie is in the crowd. Looking forward to seeing you in Texas. And you know who else you can see in Texas? You can see Maria in Texas. Maria is going to be doing space hair all weekend long. So why don't you talk about that for a little bit? What are you going to be doing?
Well, I mean, originally when you asked me to come, you said I could kind of do whatever I wanted to, and as much as I love, meeting people and signing autographs, I'm not, I'm not an on-camera talent. I'm not, I don't feel like I'm in any way in an elevated position to be, dealing with fans in that such of a way. What I am is a creator and a fabricator and a designer, and I would like to share that with people. That's what's important to me. So I'm happier when I'm working, and I have started sort of creating hair pieces. I started during COVID. I started doing this for people that were going on the Star Cruiser, and then it sort of turned into like a little mini side project for me, that I make these hair pieces, and for a lot of fans. For original characters mostly. I do some character wigs for people, based on the actual shows, but not as much. That's not my focus. My focus is creating something original for each person. And it's like, we had a process when we made the shows where we would get casting photos. First and foremost, we get a casting photo of just somebody, and then we'd kind of research and like go on Instagram and sort of stalk these people and see what they look like, because casting photos aren't always necessarily right. Then we would get the fitting photos, and Shauna would send us the fitting photos. So then you get the fitting photos, and you have, this is what this person looks like 2 days ago, and this is the costume they're going to be wearing. So we could get a pretty good idea of what their hair color was, what their hair length was, what their costume looked like. And then from there, I would just go, this person gets this person gets this person gets this. Then we would start building all these different pieces. So when they came in, they had no idea what their hair was going to look like. We'd just be like, boom, this is what you're wearing. And so I was like, well, that'd be kind of a fun thing to do for the fans too. Like, they can send me pictures of their character or costume. They can tell me about their character. I'm good, I'm bad, I'm dark, I'm light, I'm gray, I'm whatever. I'm a smuggler, I'm a princess, I'm a whatever. And then they can basically trust me to use my design process and just sort of, make them something that goes with their character. And it's a little difficult to do via email, because you're not, I can't always get the colors right, or that sort of thing. But and trying to stay within people's budgets and make it accessible and for them. And so I started doing that, and then I started making myself available to actually do the hair. In some instances, I did a group of people going on the Star Cruiser because I was going on the Star Cruiser, and then I did a group of people for May the 4th at Disneyland, and then I did a group of people for a little get together that we all had here a few weekends ago in the desert. And it's just really fun to get to do, because these sort of these fans that are, everyday people and have these costumes and want to do this more immersive feeling can sort of have the full experience. And so I'm bringing that to Texas too, and people can come and they can either buy a hairpiece and have that put on, or if they already have a hairpiece, they can put that on, or if they just want me to do something with their own hair, I can do that. It doesn't have to be Star Wars. It could be, fantasy fiction. It could be just something that we invent. It could be anything.
Yeah,
Well-
Jonathan Notman thinks you doing space hair for him would be a giant challenge, but we'll have to hawk the trek for you there, Notman. She did work on Picard.
Yeah, I was gonna
Like,
say,
give you a buff with a fine chamois.
how was Patrick Stewart's hair or lack thereof?
Patrick Stewart had a yeah, exactly. He also was one of those people who had a personal groomer.
Oh, okay.
So we didn't get to work directly on Patrick, but
Well, one of your clients, Sue, is actually in the crowd right now, and she says she can do it. Trust me.
yeah, I've made
Sue-
Sue a lot of pieces.
Sue's the best.
She just had a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Sue.
Yes, happy birthday, Sue. Very
I would
happy
think
there.
that you would get more, extended business for the other Star Wars night events as well, besides just May the 4th.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm certainly interested in doing more of this. It's really fun. I mean, it's that's what I liked so much about, yes, it's one thing to be in a makeup trailer and have Hayden Christensen come in and make him look like Anakin Skywalker, but there's also something so fulfilling to me as a fan to get to have this person come in who's a background character and have never, some of them have never even stepped on a set before, and almost all of them are so excited to be there that it's Star Wars, and you just like get to do this thing for them that they would have never done to themselves. And they kind of look at themselves like, ooh, this is fun, this is cool. And then by the end of the night, they're like, get this off my head. But the gratitude from those people was so fulfilling that I just figured, why not spread that love and share it with everybody.
No, it's absolutely great. I'm glad that you're going to be offering that service at Rebel Scum Con. We're looking forward to seeing there. But there's a moment that went viral during this episode as well that you became somewhat synonymous with. And that was, for those who didn't know or were not part of the family vacation in 2024, Maria is the mother of Speedy. Yes. Could you tell us the story of the legend that is Speedy?
Legend that is Speedy. I have a tendency, as many of us fans do, to collect too many toys. And one day I was just searching
the right
through
toys.
Facebook Marketplace, and I'd always wanted one of those Radio Flyer speeders, Luke speeders. Always wanted one. And they didn't make them anymore. And so I was always kind of checking Facebook Marketplace to see if I could find one. I have finally found one. And it was sitting in the back of my car. And I was at work. And I was like, I'm going to pull this bad boy out and take it, cruise it around. So I'd be cruising, from
appropriate place.
We had a room
Right.
where we did our wig building and stuff like that. And I'd keep it in there. And then every once in a while I'd pull it out and I'd, at -2 miles an hour, going over, bumps, trying to get to craft service. And I'd pull up to craft service and be like, hey, can I have a Diet Coke? Get it, then turn around, go the other way. And I just sort of kept it there, much to the chagrin of my crew, who really were annoyed that it was always sort of there in the way. And by the time Ahsoka came around, one of our ADs, Lanny Barcelona, started driving it around on a more regular basis, just for fun, because she had to go from point A to point B a lot. So she'd drive it from our trailer to the cast rooms and back and that kind of stuff. And everybody started going, oh, I want to drive it. And one day Ivana took it over and just, took off on it. And, we're not allowed to take pictures of anything behind the scenes. So I'm pretty sure she was the one who leaked the photo of herself on it. I don't know who it was. But anyway, that kind of took off. And then, of course, Rosario wanted to get on the action. And so she rode around on it. And I don't know who posted that photo. And it just kind of went on from there. And Speedy sort of became his own little character. We had a little speeder parking sign outside of our trailer and everything.
Nice.
And we've since made some modifications to him so that he could hold a higher weight.
I think I saw
Speedy became enough of a legend, and when we had him at our event before in California, I'm like working on a replica.
Oh yeah, and made it work. Yeah, he's got that. He's got that license.
And he's got a bumper sticker from the Virtual Cantina Network.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of bumper stickers. I had some sponsors. People helped me pay to soup him up, and he's got
that's cool.
Got his sponsors on the back, and he's all raring to go. I'd love to bring him to Texas, but I don't think I could afford to get him on the plane.
I think there was video of Hayden riding around on him.
There he hopped on one day. One of our Blanny, the same AD, was driving around, and he hopped on the front of it, and that got leaked as well. So that sort of became sort of a meme, because he was like, hey, having a good time. And people that came to LA Comic-Con that one time, and a lot of people like to take pictures on it and sort of reinvent that meme, and that's when we realized he definitely needed strengthening, because as soon as Hayden sat on him, like he was done for.
But having him at the family vacation event at Scum and Villainy was really cool, and having Misty, who actually fits in it really well, driving around was super fun to see and be part of. So that was very cool.
Well, he's since got his own Instagram page, and he also I've seen a lot of people posting. I think they've sort of had a resurgence a little bit of people purchasing them and doing different things with them. I saw somebody when we were out in the desert a couple weekends ago had brought one that they painted blue, and it was really beautiful, and they were riding it there. So maybe Radio Flyer will bring them back.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That would be good.
But we're about that time right now, so everybody, please have your Ahsoka Chapter 5 Shadow War all queued up. I have it all queued up. Does everybody else have it queued up?
Hang on, my D+ timed out.
Okay.
I think you want that link in the chat there, Spencer?
Yeah, if you could do that, because I'm having issues on my end.
There. Boom. It just went.
Okay. So if you want to sign up to get your hair done by Maria at Rebel ScumCon, please click the link that we just put into the chat. There are times still available. But everybody, please get your Disney Plus machines all queued up. Maria, we're going to start at the Disney Splash page and go through the
the intro stuff.
The intro stuff, and also the recap of episode 4 as well.
Okay, so if I just go to...
No skipping. Okay. No skipping recaps. So right now I'm going to hit the play button on our countdown, and you'll see it pop up on the screen, and when it gets down to 0, hit play, and we'll be good to go. Keep that audio muted, and we'll be fine on Facebook. Here we go.
All right, now I got the spinning wheel of death.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's always the way.
Hopefully catch up.
All right. Got it.
I like how coiffed Ray looked in that scene.
Yeah, are you responsible for the massive beard? Can you?
No, that would be makeup.
I don't know how that works. No, sorry.
But his hair itself, it's funny because he came in with the hair a lot longer than that, and I sort of let one of my coworkers sort of go to town with him and have them sort of work out what he wanted his character's hair to look like, and he took it very seriously. He really liked his hair powder. He had a good time.
Well, so yeah, I mean, I can't imagine it would be as iconic with like a longer, shaggier. Like he was a very serious dude with a very serious haircut.
I liked it was very King Richard, and then sort of the Joan of Arc with Ivana. So yeah.
That's true. Very much so.
Yeah. So this might be going really deep geeky, but I think that you'd appreciate this. So in one of the previous episodes, you have Sabine, who starts off in this series with long hair, basically do the warrior cut to get back to her short hair. Did Dave talk to you about like Kanan Jarrus doing that in Rebels to do a parallel at all?
Well, yes and no. I mean, obviously, I watched Rebels as research for this.
Right.
My daughter thought was hilarious.
Oh no, I have to go home and watch Star Wars.
I'd be watching
for
Star
work.
Wars on the weekends, and she'd be like, "What are you doing?" Like research. I didn't realize. I mean, I read the scene and obviously knew they were doing it. Oh, there's my bestie. I read the scene and obviously knew they were doing it, but I don't know that I saw the parallels until I was actually on the stage when I saw her with the knife and the whole thing and the way he was talking her through it, and I was like, oh, okay, so that's what this is all about. I mean, I knew it was symbolic, but I didn't make that correlation until I saw the knife. Oh, okay, well, now we.
Well, I'm glad that you picked up on it eventually and you understood where it went in. That's awesome.
Yeah.
The one thing that I would say is pretty funny in some capacities is when the first logo came out for Ahsoka, we all thought that it was the world between worlds behind the logo, not knowing that it was just a star chart. And that was like such a red herring for us fans. Like, oh my God, what's going on here?
This set that we had with these red leaves, oh my God, I don't know what they sprayed those damn red leaves with, but every time Ivana fought in those red leaves, she'd come back with red in her hair. It was so annoying.
Well, that must have been interesting to deal with.
Yeah, it was like, why is her hair pink? I can't figure it out. It was like, whatever, those red leaves.
Yeah, there is a lot of that.
The one thing one of our members, John, said a little while ago is that when they made most of the cast announcements in London at Celebration, where we were glad that Ray was able to get his flowers there, because if he got it, he was a shining star and a breakout star out of this series. Like his performance as Bale and Skull was just like immaculate.
Well, I mean, his entire body of work. I mean, the man is, he's a beast. I worked with him on Thor, and then he was one of my favorite characters on Black Sails. It's just an incredible human being too.
And Naman, same person, asked earlier, there was which of your contemporaries do you admire most? And he mentions Camille Friend.
Oh, Camille is I admire Camille's body of work, absolutely. She's done some incredible work. Adrutha Lee, who has I think a couple of Oscars under her belt and who continues to do really beautiful things with Angelina and with I just worked with her on a TV show about Siegfried and Roy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there's when I first started out, I got to work on Pirates, and that was with one of my all-time favorite hairstylists was the gentleman who did that, Martin Samuel, who had done Evita and
Oh wow.
so many incredible things, Wild Wild West. So I've been very lucky to be able to work with and under and alongside quite a few people who I really admire. There's a lot of people out of London now who I would give anything to work for, but unfortunately we don't get to work over there unless we're brought in by a celebrity or a studio. It's very difficult to get visas.
Oh, and by the way, everybody, you can get your "Hu Yang is for the Younglings" T-shirt on
we gotta push that.
our TeePublic store. So don't forget, "Hu Yang is for the Younglings" and "Hu Yang Clan ain't nothing to force with." But you can get that now. Who was more of a diva on set, Chopper or Stitch?
Chopper, I think. You got to watch out for him. He might, he might go rogue and take out entire squadrons.
He is a murder droid for a reason.
I wonder if I'd be curious to know if this kid is going to be in
Season 2.
It's been
There
2
it
years.
is, and you just don't
Okay, the fact that we got the World Between Worlds and the hello snips in the last episode, that blew. Like my wife, who is a casual fan, as soon as she heard hello snips, she's like, no, and freaked out that in fact that was Hayden. So that was huge.
The thing that really impressed me is that I'm sure fans wouldn't have cared. It's Hayden Christensen. He could have just walked on set, called it in, and just shown up and done his thing. But you can tell that he watched the Clone Wars. You can tell that he knew, that he studied Matt Lanter's, portrayal of the character and incorporated it into this. Just
there's definitely an evolution of the character from his original portrayal.
The meta of it's Hayden imitating Matt, imitating Hayden.
Yeah, completely. Yeah.
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
You're gonna make me pull out the autograph, aren't you, Dave?
Exactly.
You can see that there's an evolution of the character where he was the original version that Hayden did, the updated version that Matt did, and then something of both worlds here.
So you appreciate this.
Literally.
So Dave actually made this for me, Maria. It's the split helmet signed by both Matt and Hayden on their side.
It's
that's amazing.
Double split, half animated, half.
That's really cool.
And they both freaked out when I got signed.
Now all you need is James Earl Jones.
Do you like for that one?
Ooh. Boop boop doo.
Okay, we have a question being yelled in from the other room. My daughter is a major Hayden fan, so she has a question for you. She's like, "What do you think is Hayden's most iconic hairstyle? Is it Padawan braid? Is it medium mullet? Is it long mullet? Is it the his personal one where he went absolutely insane and shaved the sides and had it like 6 inches high in the middle or whatever?"
He's just got such good hair. No, I think his most iconic is absolutely the angry Anakin mullet when it was blowing in the wind, sweaty, and
I thought Amelia's question for her is like, why was his line so goddamn long in Japan?
It breaks his heart how that always goes down, because it always seems that no matter what, that somehow they overbook him or somehow the timing is off, because he, and he will stay there and get to every last person.
Mm-hmm.
It's really important to him. He's so Canadian. He's so kind.
Well,
He
I
seems
do know
very
that,
cool and accommodating.
Yes, but it's hard.
And
that's a lot of peopling to do in one weekend.
Oh yeah.
but also our dear member and friend Jessica, who is the girl behind the Haydenception.
Did you see the picture of me and Jessica at May the 4th with the fake Hayden at Disneyland where we were both pointing?
No, I did not see that one.
It's pretty funny. She and I went and we met up, and then we went to the the Disneyland Hayden and got our picture taken with him.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
she's a sweetheart.
Yeah, and he gets a kick out of the whole thing. He really it's it makes it special for him that there's people that do those things.
I met her for the first time at our event in Japan. I had never met her before, and she was messaging beforehand. She's like, "So should I dress for Haydenception or should I just dress normally?" I'm like, "Well, what do you want to go for? Do you want to be known or not known?" Yeah. She's like, "Well, maybe known." I'm like, "Then put on your Haydenception, you'll be fine." So
yeah, do it. Might as well.
It'll be a great conversation starter.
Yeah,
for sure.
You got
a place to do it.
Yeah. Okay. So Paulie's mustache now is epic, especially after the movie.
Oh, he went. Yeah, he's got a big old beard now too, doesn't he?
My daughter was when we my daughter's never seen any of this. You guys, she doesn't watch Mando. She doesn't watch Ahsoka. She has no idea. She doesn't care. This took her mom away from her. She's way too cool for school. But I did take her to the premiere because Pedro. And so she as soon as she saw Paulie, she freaked out. She's like, oh my god, that's Mr. Kim.
Yeah.
So
she was like all over. She had her picture taken with him. She was so excited.
And Paulie will be in Texas with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the iconic goatee and stash on that one. Is he told the story on something we were watching with him, is that he had to fight to not have to wear the chin strap.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
No, also, it is canon. It is from the original movies. I can do that.
Yeah. Also, he had shaved his mustache at one point during Ahsoka. He had shaved either his mustache, I don't remember, shaved something to to play in Avatar,
Mm.
and we had to duplicate it. So at some point, it's a it's
not
we-
the Henry Cavill version.
yeah, no. That was the
Or
opposite.
the Chris Evans sitting there like
Yeah.
this, covering up
Yeah.
his beard.
Yeah.
It's like this the whole
Yeah.
time.
So at some point, I don't know
That too.
where in this it was, but at some point we had to make the makeup had to make
So,
a mustache.
Eagle-eyed viewers will spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, but
Look at
it's
this.
completely the Mando and also Mando and Grogu reunion.
Oh my God! When he does
Coming in
this,
Texas. I mean, one of the people that we're excited about that we were supposed to have in Texas was this last year. That's absolutely going to be there. I know you're excited for him to be there. Is JJ? It's JJ Dashhouse.
I love JJ.
We had him a couple of weeks ago. We did the finale of Fett, and
He's just the best.
he's just
Yeah,
he is awesome.
He's very cool.
And he doesn't have to go far. He's a Texas boy.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was just saying the lightsaber spin. Nobody
Oh,
does
he's-
it like nobody
Oh,
does it.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
So
The Annie Obi, as they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He and it's just like it's like second nature to him. He just goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing that he's still so able
He's
to
a-
just that muscle memory comes back.
Well, he's a
and
very
just like-
athletic guy in general.
Okay.
He loves
This is amazing.
hiking and just anything that's physically, likes to play golf. He plays tennis. I mean, so this day was incredible. That just being on this set. I mean, I'm getting tears in my eyes right now just thinking about it. Just
Wow.
You even said it to me. You're like, I don't know if I can watch that scene.
yeah, just right there. Oh my God. Oh yeah.
Best
and her,
line in it.
Ariana, she's so incredible.
Yeah.
Best line. This is the Clone Wars. No kidding.
Yeah.
The best he just said no shit. Like
yeah. Well, that would have been if it hadn't been Disney Plus.
well, Ahsoka. I mean, Andor. They said it.
Yeah, they did
That's
say
true,
shit.
but Andor was different.
I know.
Yeah, getting this hair right. I made him grow his hair out for this. I met him for the first time when we were doing the Vanity Fair shoot, and I knew he was going to be doing this, and I was like, "Hey, do you have anything between now and then? Do you mind growing your hair out?" And he was like, "Okay, whatever." So it was real important to me that he had the right, I wanted to see what his hair would do.
So is that all his hair in this scene?
Maybe not.
Like,
I'll never
I
tell.
will never tell.
I'll never tell.
Trade secrets.
Oh,
It's secret.
Oh, so Mackenzie, who's in the crowd, we were at a panel at Festival Boston a couple of years ago, and the animation Clone Wars cast was there.
Mhm.
And she said she actually asked Matt Lanter, what did you think of Hayden's performance in the Clone Wars? And he's like, I had not watched it. And then Ashley turned. I was like, and that's going to be on Twitter.
Yep.
2 seconds later.
I hope he's seen it since then. This day too.
Yeah.
I think there's a famous quote of Filoni talking about how she just sat around and interacted with these guys in between takes and stuff, and how much like Ahsoka she was. She was actually. It's funny that talk about a full circle moment. That day I was talking about on set on the Avengers with Baby Gamora. She was Baby Gamora.
That's her.
Yep.
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 She's played some very iconic young
Yeah.
versions of
Yeah.
very iconic characters. So
Yeah.
she's gotten the right opportunities. It's really cool.
She definitely has. I have to say, it's like obviously this is the Snips version of Ahsoka, so she has very much the inflection of Ashley in this
And that
young
kind
Ahsoka,
of
which is what she
attitude.
should be. Yeah.
Yep.
But the heart, because Ashley has like pure heart when it
Right.
comes to
Yep.
Snips.
Yeah. Oh my God. I just can't even look at him. Breaks my heart.
But I've always liked our conversations about the shows, and also when I got a photo signed from you in Japan of the scene. You always, when people talk about Hayden, you always, the first thing you say is "my buddy." Like you always say that.
Yeah, he's my buddy. It's funny because you don't think of these people as people, really. Sometimes, and we do, and they go in and out of our chairs, and there's some of them are great and some of them aren't, and there's certain people that really imprint on you and certain people that don't, but he's one of the good ones. It was real important to him, not here but in the other with the mullet, that he have that little curl in the front, because he always did, and so I made sure that he had it here too. Gave him that little
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a nice connection there.
It's his Disney Prince look, we call it.
Very much
Well,
so.
he's as much of a Disney prince as Frankenfurter's now a Disney princess.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's true.
That's a little much. Oh, and see, there's timing. Liberty immediately asking, so Maria responsible for the curl. It's like, yeah.
Yep.
Take care of that.
He mentioned it once, and that was it. I was like, "You're going to have that all the time."
That's it. Get those little sparks of for an idea and make it.
Yeah, and then the little
richer.
curls he gets right here too. But this was like, in the Clone Wars character, they kind of made his hair look all like sticky outy in the back and choppy. Obviously, they made it straight, which I'm sure was probably just easier for animation. But
yeah, for sure.
Hayden's hair is A, not straight, and B, not brown. So. I've had people actually reach out to me and say, "Hey, would you make me an Anakin wig?" And my response is always, the character is so near and dear to my heart that yes, I would make you an Anakin wig, but I won't make you a bad Anakin wig. So if you want it for $500, I'm not making it for you.
Right. You got to put your whole being into it.
That shot right there. Oh my God, so incredible.
Oh yeah, the Vader. I was like.
I guess at Lounge Flyer, somebody has a backpack right now that it's like moves between those two images.
And Tom O'Connell is a great guy who was the guy who was in the suit for Vader.
That was creepy. Yeah, just being on set with that. It was incredible. Yeah, there were a lot of
human plus Twi'lek equals green hair.
Yeah, I don't know how that. I don't know why they.
Twi'lek.
I don't know how that became a thing.
So they just announced 4 members of the cast of Maul Shadowlord that could be coming to Texas, and I just was thinking about this. Dave, with Dennis Haybrook going to be there, are you getting Joe Boo's sign or are you getting a Serrano jersey?
I might have to pack. I do have an Indians. I have a Vaughn jersey. I have a Wild Thing jersey, but I do not have a Serrano.
There you go.
Going back to our earlier conversation about Once Upon a Time, does anybody remember who Sam Witwer played in Once Upon a Time?
Was he the Hatter?
No, he was Jekyll. I mean, Mr. Hyde.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and he had that Maul voice. That's how I was watching it the other day, and I kind of watch it while I'm working, and I wasn't paying a lot of attention, and I heard this voice, and I turned around, and I was like, "No way!" And I looked up, and there's Mr. Hyde. He was like
And speaking of Hera, because we got Hera on the screen right now, the original voice of Hera, Vanessa Marshall, will be in Texas with us. Who was a friend of the group.
She was at the premiere 2 weeks ago too. Yeah.
So was that the week we had JJ on?
I believe it was, yeah. Because he said he couldn't go to.
Yeah, I'm surprised
he couldn't make it. Yeah, he couldn't make it to the premiere, but he was able to make it to the. He said he was flying in for the Friends cast and crew.
Yeah, like the weekend show or whatever.
They had 3 cast and crew screenings, and we went to the 1:30. So I think almost everybody went to the 4:30, and so I didn't see a lot of people. Plus, I'm pretty sure
after the show with JJ. I knew the premiere was happening, so I decided I would drive to Hollywood. But it was well into the movie at that point. But I got to see some of the stuff on the red carpet, not totally up close, but sort of,
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was
my
quite
own
an experience.
Eyes.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was going to be that much going on.
Yeah, and so I ended up hanging around and until the movie let out, and then I'm surprised I didn't see you wander by. I saw a handful of other folks. I saw Dawn, and I was talking about having seen posts of her with Grogu earlier.
Yeah, she's
And,
she's like the Grogu lady now. She's
yeah,
like
the handler is legit
Yeah.
handler.
So she's going to be at our booth to Eve in Texas, and I told her
Yeah.
she needs to have a shot of her stealing Grogu from the Oscars.
Yeah, in the
Yep,
Dolby.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
But that's actually I got this hat from somebody that was at the premiere because it has the
you
little
got one
Mando,
of those, yeah.
the Mando logo on it.
I got a
So
couple of those. I was gonna donate one of those for an
But no,
auction.
I'm excited to
That's
have
cool.
Dawn and Tamara.
Yep.
As well as Paul Darnell.
Oh
will
God,
be,
Paul, who literally played 12 different characters in Mando
Yep.
and Grogu. Literally, he'd
and-
come in and be like, "What can you do different with Paul's hair today?" Okay.
he posted a couple pictures the other day. And it was with him with
Yeah.
the full stash, putting on like 12 different costumes.
Yep.
But he's a great guy, and we're looking forward to having him part of the our lineup. Another person we're very, very excited about is Bonnie Pace coming to our event. So
Oh
this
wow.
is Aunt Peru.
Yeah, and Peru. It's pretty hardcore.
But also very, very excited. Dave shot 2 videos recently. One with one of his favorites, Kirk Thatcher, who will be in town. So that's gonna be a lot of fun as well.
I think this was the day I hit my head because the back of his hair is not up to my standards.
But this shot was incredible because it was just like the animation.
Hair woozy. It's just like
Well, no, as soon as I hit my head, they took me to the ER, so my other people had to fill in for me. So,
But this is a direct shot from Clone Wars season 7, which is great.
Yep.
Yeah, the tie-in here was really next level. So
Yep.
I saw this in the theater, so I got one of the tickets to the fan event to see this.
Oh yeah, we saw it. They showed it for us in a theater too. We over at UCLA. We all got to go see it. It was pretty cool.
Between this and seeing the Purgles on a big screen, it was just to me.
Yeah, those in theater screenings of like the first episodes or the last episodes or wherever it was in the series really kind of added to the Star Wars needs to be on the big screen thing, and it made it that much better.
Yeah, I mean it's funny. When Ahsoka ended, one of our makeup artists went on to do Superman, and he had recommended me for the hair department, and the note I got back was that I didn't have enough film experience, and I'm like, have you seen these shows?
Cinematic
The amount, but also the amount of work we do. When you're on a film, you have a longer time to film something. You've got you've got more resources. Everything's much more spread out. When you're doing these, like there might have been this going on, and then at the same time, a whole other episode being shot over on another stage, and you had to keep track of which script was which, and it's a lot of work. And these are incredibly cinematic, and the fact that people sort of still poo-poo TV and say, oh well, she doesn't have enough film experience. This is like crazy. I think there's a picture in the behind the scenes of Ahsoka of when we were filming this this scene. I had a set chair that says Sith Lord on the back, and there was a picture of me touching up his hair, and he was sitting in the chair.
Nice.
Yeah, very cool.
Oh, those contacts. Yeah, it's I sympathize with the effects people who have to deal with, how the fans feel about everything, because they hated the way he was de-aged in Obi-Wan. They said it wasn't enough, and then in this they said it was too much. It's just like, well, what
Yeah, and Obi-Wan, it didn't seem like they did as much in terms of making him that much younger, because in that part when they're in the temple, he should really have looked the youngest at that point, right?
Yeah.
And it seemed like it was just Hayden and new hair and not much else.
Yeah.
I mean, come Maria, you know this by now. No one hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans.
Oh, completely. We're the worst. We're the best
Pick
fans
it
and the worst
apart.
fans.
Yeah.
At the same time, we're both. Yep.
So.
Oh, now he's gone.
Yeah. There was a lot going on in this episode.
Yeah. And it was literally just a catwalk and a green screen. I mean, you know, not just having no idea how this was going to turn out. It's such a
Well, that's interesting considering how much stuff was done, like with the volume and such, right? Because you would get actual, like, legit idea of what something's supposed to look like just by standing next to the camera.
Dave doesn't like to work with it as much.
Oh, okay.
Which is part of
That's
the reason
more of
I
a John
think
thing.
maybe they went to part of the reason they went to London for season 2. You know, I kept saying, well, what about the volume? And they're like, he really prefers practical sets. He prefers wider angles and practical sets. So, you know, we didn't use it as much on Ahsoka as we used it on Mandalorian. I mean, that's John's baby, you know.
Yeah, that's true. And that's amazing for some things, but it starts to get to the point, we've talked about it on some of the shows, is that you can tell sometimes when it's on the volume because there's a limitation in terms of how much movement can happen.
Right, that too, and also the light. You can't really do daylight as well.
Right.
The volume.
But like the interior of Slave 1 was like the perfect use for that.
Yeah.
When they did that shot of the stuff moving in the ship when they were taking off, that was like so amazing.
Brendan loves to talk about
And
this scene.
This girl here, Chow, that is in the water. She's actually Sabine's stunt double.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah, she looks like she's good.
And she'd never even stunt doubled anybody before, I don't think, or she'd maybe just done a few like kind of low budget things. She was hired to be Sabine's stunt double, and then they threw her in this scene, and then she also got thrown in an X-wing later on and got to have some lines. So
Brendan talks about how he was trying to get Rosario to crack and laugh this entire time, and she was like giving him like a stare down, like "F you, Brendan."
Oh yeah, he's
a ball buster.
He can smile all he wants in that mask, though, in that helmet. You
Right?
don't have to worry about it.
He's a character in himself.
For him, it's more like not breaking his body language.
Yeah.
And let's talk about right now. I am so proud as their friends, but also as a fan, to see Brendan and Lateef get their dues in the movie. Third and fourth in the opening credits, and then second and third in the final credits. Like, it's about time.
Yeah. No, they needed that.
They did a lion's share of the work in that thing.
Yeah, and Pedro's felt that way from day one. You know, it wasn't his choice that they stayed behind the scenes.
He's the bankable name, so
yeah,
of course they're gonna.
Yeah.
Well, and that was some of the fun of the movie, is sitting there going, "Oh, that's Brendan. That's Lateef. Oh, that's Brendan."
Yeah.
I see who that is.
Well, I know they're at Fan Expo Denver right now, both Brendan and Johnny Coyne, but I'm looking forward to seeing them in Texas.
Johnny Coyne's also in Once Upon a Time.
Yep.
Oh wow.
I'm telling you, everybody's been.
Everybody comes from everything. Well, I was watching Cowboys and Aliens last night, and I'm like,
Brendan's in that, yeah.
Brendan and JJ.
Yeah.
And then I love watching. I love the Meet We the Millers movie, and Matt Willing has a good role in that, but he's also kicking ass in Euphoria currently, and he'll be in Texas.
Hemke is in Euphoria as well. Hemke, who plays the Imperial Warlord in the beginning of Mando and Grogu, he's in Euphoria as well.
I will say, seeing Ahsoka without her headband,
it weirds people
was
out.
kind of weird. Yeah,
that was a big thing too for the makeup department to figure out how to do that. You know, not how to do it. Not how to do it. Obviously, they're very talented, and that wasn't. But like how the transition would look between her skin and the skin of the headpiece.
What her hairline would be or whatever.
sure a lot of
I was-
capes in Star Wars.
Yeah. One of the things I loved about the series is that if you're a diehard Rebels fan, even though it was a different medium, it still felt like Rebels season 5. Like you didn't feel like, oh, it's live action versus animation. It just seemed like the continuity was great no matter what the medium was.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also think that's a testament to Dave.
Yeah, I found it real interesting the criticisms people have of Rosario's performance versus Ashley, and it's such a drastically different version of the character anyway. I don't know. I actually saw Rosario do it before I saw Ashley, before I saw the Clone Wars, and so this was my introduction to it. And I think I don't know. I think I'm happy with both of them. I don't think there's a.
Well, we were talking earlier. I think Ashley is very much Snips. She's younger Ahsoka.
Yeah.
I attribute Rosario to almost being like Last Jedi Luke.
Yeah, exactly.
Like exhausted,
weary,
done with it all kind of scenario.
That's why she didn't. That's why she didn't train Grogu, because
right,
exactly.
Well, she had that line. She's like, "I seen what fear has done to the best of them." I'm like, "Ooh, nice callback."
Yeah.
But I mean, all of us have been. I mean, I've been a Rosario fan since Friends. I was a Friends since Kids. Because I was in high school when that came out. So that was like a movie of my generation. So I've followed her career since then.
Been trying to convince her to show up on stage at Celebration in Speedy. I always thought that'd be funny if she did.
Amazing.
Come out when they brought Chopper out at Celebration. That was out of hand.
And the fact that they're using
Grogu.
The fact that you're using Grogu for all of this press now too is pretty incredible.
By himself, it's like alone on the red carpet is insane.
Yep. Those guys are.
They've progressed so far with that animatronic puppet.
And the puppet in general is crazy, because you could be just sitting there on set and it could be sitting next to you, and all of a sudden it would turn and look at you and start gesturing and making, and you were like, you couldn't. Those guys were always paying attention. You just was like, I remember on my 50th birthday, I was all by myself at the studio. I forget where they were filming. They were somewhere else on another lot, and I was all by myself at the studio doing some prep work. And I got to go in and do I'll never see it because I won't, because I'm not allowed to have the copies of the pictures. But I went in and did a photo shoot with holding Grogu, and it was so fun.
That's cool.
I'll never get a picture, but
it's great that they had him on all the time. I mean, I remember reading stories of them shooting E.T. and Drew Barrymore spent in between scenes just sitting there talking, and the puppeteer just stayed there to keep the illusion going.
Yeah, Katie would have full-on conversations with Grogu all the time.
It's amazing.
You start to forget that there's not actually anything there.
Right.
Being able to put that much personality into that lifeless object, as it were. There's a lot of reflection in this movie, this episode, with everybody kind of thinking about others.
Yeah, Dave is definitely a proponent of the less is more dialogue.
So this might be interesting to fan to me, but I know a lot of people were wondering. Obviously, there was a picture in the cockpit of the ghost of Kanan. Was that Freddy? Or do you even know? You can't say anything.
It looked pretty good in everything I've seen.
It might not be. Kind of looks like it.
I've seen comparisons with what's supposed to be the source for that. So
I think it's an amalgamation, maybe.
Right.
I don't know. Well, because obviously it has to be a real, or it has to look like a real photograph. You can't.
Yes, for sure.
You just have the animation in there.
Yeah, that'd be funny. Animated Kanan up in there.
I think it made sense for it to have some sort of, I think it might have been a little wink, wink.
Right.
to Freddie, but I don't know. That's a Dave question.
This is great with Genevieve here.
She is amazing. She flew out. She had no idea what she was doing there, and she was just like, "Okay,
let's go."
She kicked ass in Andor season 2.
I was going to say how much she was over the top in Andor.
Yeah, the fact that she didn't get a nomination for that blows my mind.
There were so many people who should have gotten a nomination. Andy Serkis should have been season 1. Skarsgård. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Oh, yeah. Just for that one monologue alone.
Just ridiculous. That man, I mean, God.
Yeah. Here's a question from the
between
crowd.
the Skarsgårds and the Mickelsons, you know all those.
Right.
Yeah.
So a
So the
question, aside from
the crowd
Hayden,
would be, aside from Hayden, what are some of your favorite designs?
Well, Morgan Elsbeth, obviously.
Yep.
The fact that I got
love
to
Diana.
Yeah. It and Ming Na.
Oh yeah, that's her hair is awesome.
Fennec. And then also getting to do the long hair on Sabine was really cool.
So it's a lot of recreating animated hair.
Yep. And and also just sort of, I mean, I remember, I think the first time I sent Katie out in her wig and they were like, yeah, Maria, this looks like a cosplay, because it's, you have to take into consideration that these are actual human beings that do actual human being things with their lives and their hair, and they can't be in cartoon mode all the time. Although we did keep some things from the animation in that, I don't know if you've noticed, but anytime a female Mandalorian puts on their helmet, their hair disappears.
Mm-hmm.
Magically disappears. So we kept that. And then we also kept the fact that when they take their helmet off, their hair is magically perfect. It's never a mess. Right. Yeah. So we kept
no such thing as helmet hair in the Star Wars universe.
No, we kept the animation.
Except for Pedro.
It would be so
he gets a little bit of it.
Yeah, I mean,
with all his schmutz in the season when he's underwater with the dragon snake. I mean,
he actually had his groomer there underwater with him. He talks about it in an interview I saw recently, how he made her put on a wetsuit and get in the water with him.
That's amazing.
This is a trip right here.
But Dave, weren't you going to ask Maria to give you for your faux Loney a little bit of the Trapper Wolf helmet hair?
Oh yeah, that'd be hilarious. It's just get you to just like zip it back and.
I remember that I had a concept of who he was. I mean, I knew who he was, but I hadn't been really in the fandom as intensely in the past 10, 15 years that he had been there before I met him. And when we went to the first time we took Mando to Celebration was in Chicago, and walking the floor and seeing all the people dressed like him, I got my picture taken with every single person dressed like him. I was like, why are you guys dressed like my boss? What is going on? Like, I couldn't figure it out. I didn't realize he was such a character,
I think you told me when I introduced you to Dave at our event, you actually came from set to our event in California, but you telling me that Anne loves to get pictures of people cosplaying Dave and he hates it.
Oh yeah, totally.
To the nth degree.
Well, that's just the fun. Is I love doing nerd adjacent events because you get that double take, and it's like
it's like the people that dress like George Lucas,
Yeah,
right.
Well, Dave is so much so convincing that after Comic-Con last year, he was in the airport with his daughter, and somebody posted a photo of Dave Filoni at the airport.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And Dave saw it, Dave, and was like, wait,
that's
what's my daughter doing in that shot?
Yeah,
oh, no, that's
fooled myself.
That's funny.
So that was a funny kind of post going around for a while where we're like, oh, yeah, sure, Dave Filoni.
I never thought that I'd know the difference between, a Clatoonian and an Ishi Tib, but now it's like you get to this point in your life where you're just like, it's yeah.
There's a Rodian. There's a Trandoshan. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yep. I mean, the costumes are like completely on brand for this. It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, Shauna won an Emmy for it, so
I know.
Yeah.
E had a great speech for her for that.
yeah.
Mary Elizabeth's definitely someone I want to meet. I hope that she's at Celebration. I've been a fan of hers since Scott Pilgrim.
He was there in London too. She just wasn't there.
Right.
She was, because Ewan was there.
Right.
Or did she know? I guess she did come out on stage in London.
Oh, for the Ahsoka panel, because they introduced the cast, and that's actually when they introduced Lars.
Oh yeah, you're right. God, that was hilarious. He had no idea.
So we were 3 rows behind at the end of it. There was a kid who actually bum rushed the stage with his Thrawn figure at the end of the panel to get the first one, and we weren't fast enough. But we were like, oh man. But yeah, that place went nuts when his face was shown on the screen.
Yeah, he's such a cool guy, and it's funny because we kept saying to him, like, do you realize how huge this is? And he's like, well, yeah, I mean, I do the voice for this character, so whatever. Like, he had no clue. Like, I mean, he got really emotional, when all.
But if you talk about it, I mean,
next level
Thrawn was the main villain.
action.
Well, not even that, but if you remember, like, we didn't have Star Wars for the longest time. We had the Thrawn series of Heir to the Empire and all that, and Thrawn was our big bad for so many years that when he finally went to Rebels and then live action, people went nuts because this is the character that people have been waiting for.
Yep.
Yeah, there'd always been rumblings like, oh, they're going to put Thrawn in this or use Thrawn.
Well, and then the
for
question
that.
was who was going to play him, and I mean, I don't think there was ever another choice. I don't think.
I mean, I fan casted Benedict Cumberbatch, but that was just me. But I thought the jawline, that was all it was for me, was the jawline.
Yeah, but I
He's
think
tall and lanky.
there's more to Thrawn than his physical appearance.
I know.
You have to be,
So you didn't have to do any whale hairstyling, did you?
No whale
They got
hairstyling.
that wavy
Purgle.
thing
No
going.
Purgle styling.
I speak whale. No, kidding. Had a quote me.
So, have you ever had to mesh real hair and CG, like when they were doing when they had the actor step in and play Mark? Do you try and style his real hair similarly to make it easier for them to CG, or does it even matter?
With Max, we didn't. Well, we did. We put a wig on Max and we sent him out, and it was not liked. So instead, they just used his own hair and they altered it in CG, and they weren't happy with that. So when we did Boba Fett, it was very, very specific. His he had to match exactly because they didn't want to have to deal with the hair at all. The hair was my problem. They wanted to, they had to focus on everything else. So yeah, we actually had our Luke-alike, as we called him.
I love that. That's
we had him buzz his head completely.
Oh wow!
And, we had an incredible wig maker named Rob Kritchner, who's been around forever and ever, and done some of the greats. Built a piece for him that we would put on, and that was probably the scariest haircut of my entire life. More so than anything. More so than anything.
Look at Brandon just looking all. Huh?
Oh, and then that's Chow too, the girl who's the stunt double for Sabine. But yeah, cutting that wig for Luke was just like so, because it's also kind of goes against you're duplicating a hairstyle from the 1970s, so it's not like I'm doing something that aesthetically is correct for me in today's day and age, and plus also it was on a different human being, so like his ears were different forehead was different. But then they were also going to make him look, you know, like Mark. But the greatest compliment I got was, I think Mark and he were sitting on set together, and Mark said, "Well, they got the hair right." So, you know,
Nah.
that was
Well, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
great episode.
This was an absolute pleasure, obviously, having you on, especially in an episode that you absolutely adore. Would you say that this episode ranks as one of the highlights of your career?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think the Clone Wars hair is, for me, that's one of my proudest moments.
Yeah, that attention to detail really helps sell this.
And as a fan, I will say that we appreciated it, especially with our love of the Clone Wars, to see that continuity was just like it made all of us fans giddy. So the fact that you contribute to that, we greatly appreciate.
The amount of familiarity that a lot of us have with that show, it just sort of it was amazing to see that matchup.
Yeah, it was fun. I don't know that if had I not done The Mandalorian that I would have ever watched the Clone Wars or Rebels. I think I had seen bits and pieces of it here and there, but I was sort of one of those like live action Star Wars purists, basically, who was like, "Oh, I'm not going to watch animation." And also, I thought the animation of the Clone Wars was kind of weird, and the way it was presented.
Yeah.
Well,
New deals at the beginning. It was kind of hard to watch at first for me, like until I really understood it. But then when I found out I was
stylizing
going to be doing this, and I realized so much of it had to do with that, with that, and just the fact that David done that and try to kind of get in his brain a little bit. I started watching it, and that's just I was.
There's Maria.
Loving it.
So with. Obviously, one of the things that's very interesting, and we asked this to JJ as well, now that Dave is the big man on campus, literally the big man on campus now, what do you think is going to be the biggest change between how Dave does stuff versus Kathy?
Well, I think Kathy, I respect the hell out of Kathy. No matter what anybody says, she is a
agreed.
She's got amazing pedigree.
Been doing this forever, and she knows her shit.
Right.
She is amazing. She's a baller. She's a producer. She knows her shit. But Dave knows Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
So what she brought into it as a producer, and that relationship with Spielberg, and all the things she's done in her body of work. From a producer standpoint, is incredible, but what Dave's bringing to it is from a Star Wars standpoint. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how that translates. It's going through a different filter now. It's going through. She was the producer filter, and so it was more like catering to the masses, to the audiences, to the numbers, all that kind of stuff that producers do. Whereas Dave always has that,
George in his head.
The George thing in his head, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know if that means all of a sudden we're going to have too much fan service, or if it means, I don't know what it means. I'm interested to see. I would hope it means that it can bring it back to the States. That's what I would hope.
Right.
But that's really, I think that, unfortunately, is even out of his hands. I think that's Disney. I think that's just money.
Yeah, that's the
do it in
accountants.
England. If you do it in England, that's all there is to it. It's just really, really depressing.
That is a bummer.
We are looking forward to seeing what he does, and we're looking forward to seeing what Starfighter looks like next year, and
that'll be interesting. I know nothing. I know nothing about that. Nothing. Not a darn thing. That's like, it's kind of like when Obi-Wan was going on. It was right there in our backyard, but we still, they keep everything so separate and so hush.
Right.
What was happening. And when Ahsoka comes out, as a fan, I'd love to see it because I'd like to see where the story goes. But I don't know on a personal level how easy it's going to be.
Yeah.
One thing actually with Ahsoka that I'm actually intrigued as a fan is who is replacing Claudia Black as one of the Great Mothers, because I know the other two went back.
Anything about the storyline, so somebody asked me like, how much is Hayden in the rest? I don't know. I know he was in London all summer, but that could mean anything. It could mean he
right.
I have no idea, and no one's going to tell me any of that stuff. I'm not privy to any information. I don't need to know anything. The whole thing is going to be as much of a surprise to me as it is to everybody else. I just don't know how mentally prepared.
Absolutely. Well, Maria, thank you so much for joining us for this episode. It's, like I said, it's been a long time coming, and we've appreciated all your involvement, not only just in the Star Wars universe, but also the fact that, we got to hang with you in LA and hang with you in Japan, which was a lot of fun. So we thank you for that. And if any fans or anybody besides the fact that they should be meeting you at Rebel ScumCon this year, which we did have a number of people did ask, will you be signing at your table as well?
I mean, I can. Yeah, Ken talk to me about that too. Yeah, I'm happy to. I just don't want to make it my focus because I don't think that's what I'm really there for. But yeah, I'm happy to do that as well if that's what people want.
Excellente.
Unless I'm over at the tattoo pavilion.
Oh well,
nice.
Mark Draven and that whole crew over at Inked Empire are fantastic. But yes, there's Maria's Brian Kissinger logo, which is
tell me
awesome.
that's an actual patch that you have that's been made.
Yeah, I had that made and I put it on the back of jackets, and then I also put it on bags that I gave to some of the producers and stuff as a wrap gift.
Sweet.
And then I had keychains made out of it, little keychains, and I gave them to all the whole crew gets the keychains. So I do a wrap gift every year, and I have Brian Kessinger design it for me every year too.
Nice.
Did you see his Little Mermaid Rada mashup?
Yeah.
Rada Your World.
Yeah. No, he's a great guy and incredibly talented, and I'm very lucky to. I actually had him make a wrap gift for Hayden, something really, really special that Hayden's got now. That's a one of a kind.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Well, Dave, could you put the link in the chat again? So if you're looking to get your hair done in Texas, sign up for a time, talk to Maria.
I think I still have 11. I think I have 11 slots left out of 22. So,
and I'll say that everything before Bunta is booked up. So, thank you to everybody who wants to come party with some space here, which we do greatly appreciate. I know some of our team members are actually part of that list for there. But besides that, where's the best place for people to reach out to you?
Just on Instagram or Facebook is, I've got Instagram. I've got my account, and then Speedy's got his account. If anybody wants to show Speedy some love, he hasn't been posting much lately, but he hasn't been up to much. I guess he's going to go for a cruise with Spencer here in a couple months. But
oh yes, with these two guys, they'll be with me for that one. So there'll be something coming on with Speedy and I. Everybody will see at the end of the year, which we're very excited to have Maria and Speedy involved with. But Dave, we got a bunch of stuff, including speaker series coming up soon.
So many things happening. We have recorded 2 out of the 3 episodes of the speaker series for this year's stuff. We have coming out, I believe, on June the 12th. We have Speaker Series presents Stuart Ziff. Stuart's like one of the creators at ILM, and he's done so much stuff in Star Wars and Ghostbusters and so many projects. Super fun talking with him. And then we also have coming out a couple weeks after that is Kirk Thatcher. More than just the bus punk from Star Wars 4, so much more.
Star Trek.
4. Yeah.
Star Trek, of course. Yeah,
He wasn't in A New Hope.
I was gonna say.
Well, if he was in that with that hair in A New Hope, there was something going on. I'm not sure.
You'd have to
But
have a
yeah, Kirk
Rhodian
was
face.
at ILM. Kirk's done a ton of work with the Muppets and Star Trek, so all sorts of things. It's a super great interview with him. And then, of course, we will have later in the summer, we've got Hal Hickel. And people can check out the page. And there are, if you want to ask Hal a question, there is a Google form for you to ask Hal questions. Please go ahead.
VCN Hall of Famer Hal Hickel.
VCN Hall of Famer Hal Hickel.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
very, very excited about that. And also, don't forget that this show and our shows going on right now, we have some incredible sponsors. First off, if you wanted to not shoot like a stormtrooper, check out our good friend Ty over at New Hampshire LASIK Associates. He can help you out. It might be time, that might be the droid you're looking for, or you might be trying to actually hit something. Also want to plug our friends over at Shinobi IT. So if you have a technical needs for IT, check out Shinobi IT. But we also have a whole slew of sponsors throughout the galaxy. But thank you very much. We're very excited for Boonta Eve 2 Electric Boogaloo, going to be in Texas this summer. And yes, if you understood that reference, you might need to go get a colonoscopy. But we're very excited. And, we're 50% sold out for our event already with 2 months to go. So we're very excited. And, oh, yes, there'll be much more because what we can tease right now is we just signed another Boonta for 2026. And we can't announce it where or when.
Can we say the name? Can we say the name?
Oh, yes. It's Boonta Eve Special Edition Into the Groguverse.
Yes.
So
that could be a little hint.
That's a little hint. You just don't know where it's going to be. But yes, and obviously we'll have more information about Boonta Eve 5, the VCN Strikes Back, which information will come out for that on April the 26th this year, which is Black Friday, with information about tickets and our location.
November.
That's what I said. I meant that. Yes, him too. Which might be part of what Maria was alluding to with me and Speedy that we're taking care of right now. But Maria, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I hope this was as fun for you as it was for us.
It was cathartic.
Good. We like to hear that. And the one thing we always love to say is that, when all of us were kids, the holy trinity of Mark, Carey, and Harrison were unattainable to meet or even to talk about. And one of the things we love about these programs and also our Boonta Eve events is that having you as a creator in our universe makes us feel like we're one step away from actually being in that universe. So we want to thank you for taking the time to come to our events, meet our VCN family, but also to become part of our VCN family, because it makes us feel like we're part of the bigger galaxy that we grew up loving. So thank you.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, my daughter was yelling from the other room. I'm like, I'm sitting here. I'm talking with Hayden's hairstylist from Traitor. No.
Yeah. So thank you once again. So Jeff, anything you want to close out with tonight?
Nope. Just thanks for joining us. Hopefully it was a little bit better experience than when we got to see Acolyte in theaters a while back. That was quite the fiasco.
Random
but
evening.
yeah, that was interesting. But yes, it was great having you on. Really appreciate you joining us, and I'm sorry I missed you at the as everyone was leaving the premiere the other night. But maybe next time.
All right. Well, may the force be with y'all.
Yep.
All right.
Good night. May the force be with you.
Night.
Always.
Oh,